qualifiers here. We have event 1 with all 24 teams in their 3 respective groups. Here are the groups if you forgot them from the draw. And event 1 is a sprint, a very fast-paced event. There'll be 2 heats of 4 per group. So that means there will be 6 heats all together. There the fans are as excited as I am here for this first event of the qualifiers. A very long sprint track, but it goes by very quickly, so if you blink, you might miss it. Here, a sideways version, see how long this track is. But as I said before, it's going to go by very quickly, and we're going to be seeing some teams that we know that will usually qualify, but they might not here. So here we have the Teal Seals, Canyon Rangers, the Water Guns, and the Colorblinders for Group A. Who will be up to the early lead? It'll be the Teal Seals, but no, Gummy's going to come into the lead, and it's going to be Gummy getting the win here in Heat 1 for Group A with a 2.64 over Teal with a 2.68. The other two were a little farther off there. You can see Gummy getting a clear win over Teal with Squirt and Red following behind those two. Now on to Heat 2 for Group A. It is colorful Black Eye, Turtle, and Soy Sauce. And they're off, and it looks like Black Eye. No, he's going to fall to the back. It's going to be Turtle getting the win here. Black Eye had the lead early on, but then fell back, hitting a few bumps on the track. I don't know where those came from. And then Turtle is going to come away with the win there, with Soy Sauce following very closely behind him. And Colorful is just behind Soy Sauce as well. So here are the results from Group A. Gummy is going to get the gold here, with Turtle getting the silver and Soy Sauce getting the bronze, with Teal just off the podium here for this first event, with Red in dead last with a 2.74. So here, obviously, this reflects our standings for Group A. The Canyon Rangers in the lead with the Green Turtles in second, and the Continental Condiments in third, with the Teal Seals also in the advancement to the main league. Now, let's go on to Group B with the Crustaceans, Team Starry, Peapods, and Frozen Weather, and they're off. Looks like the Peapods are going to have the lead, and I do believe the Crustaceans got second. Yes, Blue Lobster with a 2.65, and Snap Pea had a 2.61. And Team Star was right behind Blue Lobster Star there, getting a 2.66 right behind Blue Lobster. Frozen Weather there was Sleep, only getting a 2.69. And now on to Heat 2, we have Lion, Sailfish, Oscar the Grouch, and Python. Looks like Oscar the Grouch has the lead, and they're going to be followed by Python very closely. The only reserve here in this heat going to be the winner here, but then Lion and Sailfish were very close there for third. Sailfish catching up to Lion there, but I do believe Lion still got it. Here we're going to see Oscar the Grouch finish, and yes, Lion still got it ahead of Sailfish, just barely, and Python got second there. And here are Group B results. Snap Pea going to get the gold here. Oscar the Grouch will be getting silver, and Blue Lobster will be finishing out with the bronze, just barely over Star, obviously only 1/100th of a second. And there you see Star and Python had a bit of a tie, but apparently it got sorted out by our officials. So that means the Peapods, Elmo Squad, Crustaceans, and Team Starry are in the advancement zone for the main league, with the Viper Snipers just off them. So let's get into Group C with Heat 1, Silver, Lunar, Chocolate Chip, and Black. And they're off, and it looks like Black is off to the early lead, and Lunar, oh, big hit there with Silver. Lunar and Silver had a huge hit there. I don't think it's going to be quite illegal. No, I think Silver just bumped off against Lunar. So he's going to fall all the way back with a terrible time of 2.81, and Black is going to get the win with a 2.68. Now on to Heat 2, we have Watermelon, Waterbender, Speedy, and Chocolate Savvy. Here looks like Speedy with his name going out to the lead, and Watermelon hit bounding off the walls. I don't know who got third there between him and Chalk Savvy. Waterbender sneakily going to get into second there because of Watermelon bounding off the walls. I don't know if he got there in front of Chalk Savvy. There's Speedy finishing very quickly. And Watermelon, yes, just barely going to finish over Chalk Savvy. Speedy had a 2.62 there, with Waterbender with a 2.70. The other two were pretty slow times. So that means Speedy will be winning the gold here for Group C, Black winning the silver, and Lunar winning the bronze. Waterbender also in the top 4 here with a 2.70, and the Silver Bengal Silver there with a terrible time in the back. But the Misfits, the Voids, Midnight Riders, and the Magical Benders will be in the advancement spot, which means the Melonhead, statistically the best LML team, is right now not going to be qualifying for Season 4, which is huge. This is their first qualifier since Season 1. And we're already off to Event 2 with the Slalom here. It's the same course as we saw in the friendly round, with all the winding turns, and it's a little bit shorter than Sprint. and they will be caught into the catch race, and it's where the third member appears for your team, or finishes, I should say, there with the wiggling and straggling turns. A very long course here, winding back and forth, and then we're already off to Heat 1 for Group A. The Teal Seals and the Continental Condiments. One very experienced team here with the Teal Seals and the Continental Condiments, not so much. I know the Teal Seals have that third member, they still have it, but they're battling with that second Continental Condiment. But it will be the Teal Seals getting the win here over the Continental Condiments. But it's not really about winning against your opponent, it's really about your time that you get, and a 9.58 is a decent time for the Teal Seals. A 9.81 from the Continental Condiments, not so much. That is a pretty slow time. So I don't know how they're going to do compared to the other teams. It's honestly a pretty slow time there. There you can see the Teal Seals member, the third one getting in there, and the Continental Condiments finishing there. And we're off to Heat 2 here. It's going to be the Nefarious Nebulas and the Green Turtles. Green Turtles won the B-League last year, so I wonder if they can qualify off that momentum here. And the Nefarious Nebulas have all 4 members before. This is not going good for the Green Turtles. They just cannot get around. But then again, it is about time, so maybe they'll be able to pull something back, but I don't think so. That was pretty slow. And honestly, not that bad of a time. The Nefarious Nebulas is sub-9 second time. Very good for them with an 8.72. And the Green Turtles are going to get a 9.71. Which honestly isn't that bad. It's better than the Continental Condiment, so they won't be getting dead last in the group, so not that bad. There you can see the Nefarious Nebula Marble finishing, and there you can see the Green Turtle member finishing. Off to Heat 3. We have the Confettis and the Water Guns, 2 mediocre teams here. And the Confettis are flying away with this one. Not even close. That fourth Confetti's Marble just trying to distract the Water Guns, and he did a pretty good job at it, but the Confettis will be running away with the win here. A 9.13 from the Confettis and a 10.10 from the Water Guns. That is an extremely slow time. It's over 10 seconds. Not what you want to do if you're the Water Guns. They were just bounding off each other, and then they let that Confetti Marble distract them even more. That's just not what you want to do. The Confettis finished miles ahead of that third Water Gun Marble. Not what you want to do. And on to Heat 4 for Group A. The Canyon Rangers and the Colorblinders, the final heat of the day for Group A. And it looks like the Colorblinders have the third member, but they're fighting back and forth with Skittle. Looks like it's going between the 2 reserves. And Yellowy will be getting it over Skittle there. The 2 reserves battling as the third member there in the slalom here. A 9.58 for the Colorblinders and a 9.74 for the Canyon Rangers. Both mediocre times. Nothing truly stands out here. I think they will both be towards the middle of the pack. So not a really good winning time for the Colorblinders there, but then again, they were battling between them for the win, so that makes sense. They were battling between each other. They're the Nefarious Nebulas, the only one with a sub-9 second time from the group, will be getting the gold. The Confettis will be getting the silver, and the Teal Seals will be getting the bronze here. Colorblinders just off the podium, as I said, a pretty slow time for winning your heat. And here are standings after event 2. It's the Canyon Rangers on top of the Nefarious Nebulas, the Green Turtles and the Confettis there. They're all in the advancement spots. Teal Seals just 1 point off from the Water Guns. Very far off there. 9 points behind. Not what you want to be. On to Group B with Heat 1. The Selfish Sailors and Frozen Weather here. And it looks like Frozen Weather will be having those first 3 marbles. Yes, they are. The Selfish Sailors are trying to come back here. But I don't think it's going to happen. No, Frozen Weather will be able to get it done with those 3 in the 2, 3, and 4 positions with the 9.06, a very quick time. The Selfish Sailors really not far off, and with a very good time as well with the 9.46 for a loser time. That is very good. So I think they will have a good chance of being 4th or 5th maybe in the group, because it's a pretty good time. There you can see the Frozen Weather member finishing, the Selfish Sailors pretty back-to-back there. Pretty close for such a big difference. And on to Heat 2, we have Team Starry and the Viper Snipers here. Team Starry has qualified all 3 years. Can they continue that momentum here? And it looks like they do have the top 3 members, though that Viper Sniper is trailing very closely. And yes, Team Starry will be getting the 3rd member across first. But then again, it's all about the time of 9.45, 1/100 of a second before the Selfish Sailors. So they will be getting above them. And the Viper Snipers, not a good time, a 9.87. That is very slow. Not where you want to be. That's honestly a very slow time. That's worse than the Continental Condiments, if I believe, from Group A. So kind of guaranteed a bottom 2 finish unless something dire goes wrong with the other heats. And speaking of the other heats, we have Heat 3 with Feline Frenzy and Elmo Squad, champions from Season 2 Feline Frenzy, not doing too great in the first event. Let's see how they can continue that. And looks like Elmo Squad have the third member way ahead of Panther, and Panther going to get stuck on that corner. That is not good. The Elmo Squad will be getting the win here, and Feline Frenzy will be getting a very slow time. Yes, it is a 9.97 from Feline Frenzy. Very slow. It would have been a decent time, but then Panther got stuck there on that final turn. That cost them completely the whole time. And Elmo Squad with a pretty good time of 9.33 there for the win. So they'll be decently high in the group here for the results there. Panther straggling behind after hitting the corner very hard. I don't know, maybe if he hit off a marble there. Heat 4 here, we have the Crustaceans and the Peapods. Our final heat for Group B of the day. Looks like the Crustaceans have it pretty comfortably right now. But no, a big hit and he went to the back. And looks like the Peapods have it now. The Peapods are going to barely get it over the Crustaceans. Very close one there. The Peapods will be winning with a 9.42 over the Crustaceans with a 9.59. For a second, I thought the Crustaceans have it, and then poor communication there on that one turn sent, I believe, Blue Crawfish to the back behind that little slit and let the two Peapod marbles fly on through ahead of them, which was not good. And I don't know how that's going to affect the Crustaceans in the standings for the event. It will make them go down to 6th, yikes, and the Peapods will be getting 3rd. So Frozen Weather will be getting the gold here in the event. Elmo Squad will be getting a silver, and the Peapods, as I said, will be getting the bronze with Feline Frenzy. Still struggling here. One of our champions still struggling with only 3 points after 2 events. The Peapods, Elmo Squad, Frozen Weather, and the Crustaceans in the advanced spots. But Team Starry is tied with Crustaceans, so keep an eye out for that in the coming events. That will be coming in, I believe, 2 days here. And we're on to Group C with Heat 1, the Magical Benders and the Voids here. Voids, I believe, got a silver in the first event. But right now it's all Magical Benders here. They have all the momentum. The Voids going to be playing. Oh, they have it. They have the opportunity to get it. And no, they won't. The Magical Benders will be having that third marble cross first. But then again, it's about the time. So 9.38. I wouldn't say it's a slow time for a winner, but it's a mediocre time with the Voids getting a 9.56 relative to what we saw the Crustaceans get. But then again, we would have to see how the group does compared to the Voids here. But I would say a solid 5th or 6th place finish for the Voids. But a Magical Benders getting a decent time there of a 9.38. A straggler there in the back here. And Heat 2, we have the Melonheads and the Misfits. Misfits winning gold in our last event. How can they respond? And no, it's going to be all Melonheads. With Speedy there just trying to do something for their team. Getting the third marble, and the Melonheads are going to cruise to a victory. Not even close, not even any competition. Bumblebee was that third marble for the Misfits. Sorry there. With an 8.99, a sub 9-second time. We haven't seen that since the Nefarious Nebulas there in Group A. So the Melonheads with a very good time. And the Misfits a terrible time of 10.17. Very slow, worse than the Water Guns. Just poor communication between the members. Maybe that's why the Misfits, but the Melonheads with a very good time there. Now on to Heat 3, we have the Silver Bengals and the Savage Chocolates here. This should be a good one because the Savage Chocolates are hungry to qualify for their first time ever. With the Silver Bengals very experienced in the main league here, but it's all Savage Chocolates. They have the first 3 members, and it's not even going to be close, but there was one Savage Chocolate member all the way in the back as the 8th place position. But an 8.57, that's a great time for the Savage Chocolates. That is amazing. They probably will get first in the event here for the group. And the Silver Bengals only getting a 9.36. That is actually very quick for a loser. And that's honestly, I think that was quicker than the Magical Benders who won their heat. So looking good for the Silver Bengals either way. It was pretty quick. And here, Heat 4, the Midnight Riders and the Minty Chips. Our final heat of the day here. Who's going to come in with the win right now? It's all Minty Chips. They have all 4 first members. Midnight Riders, no communication here. Oh, they get one ahead of one of the Minty Chips. Well, that Minty Chip fell back pretty far. But the Minty Chips, either way, they're going to get the win here with an 8.74. Very quick time for the Minty Chips. The Midnight Riders not breaking 10 seconds, which is good. They get a 9.93, so it'll at least be better than the Misfits. I can't remember if it was better than anyone else. I don't believe so. So a 7th place finish, I believe, for the Midnight Riders. Not good. The Minty Chips, very good. That'll be getting 2nd for them in the event. I remember they did pretty poorly in Event 1, so that's good for them. They need to bring it back up here in the standings if they want to qualify. And the Savage Chocolate's getting a gold, the Minty Chips getting a silver, and the Melonheads getting a bronze. The Silver Bengals also in that advancement spot for the event, getting 4th. And here are standings. Savage Chocolates are actually up into the lead with the Misfits down to 2nd, the Voids in 3rd, and the Minty Chips up into the advancement spots. Those are your advancement teams. All of them were in the B League last year, and the Melonheads still out, but they are tied, so maybe they'll have a chance, but not looking good for our statistically best team, the Melonheads and the Silver Bengals down there in dead last. Next up, we'll have the Qualifiers Part 2 coming to you shortly in 2 days. I'm Mash.